Blog Talk Radio.
Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. This is the 90-Degree Show brought to you by the Marching Podcast and Blog Talk Radio. I'm your official Marching Podcast announcer, David Thompson, and here's your host, the Phantom Podcaster himself, Joe Beard.
All right, good evening and welcome to the 90-Degree Show. I'm your host, Joe Beard, and happy to be of service for you today. Today is January 27th, 2013, 3 o'clock on the West Coast and 6 o'clock on the East Coast. Today we welcome you to the last 90-Degree Show of the 2012-2013 football season, where we recap our Super Bowl, the Honda Battle of the Bands. The Honda takes place in the Georgia Dome in Atlanta every year, and the bands are selected by way of voting throughout the football season. The 8 bands that participated this year were all from great programs and all from bands that won awards here with the Marching Podcast in 2012. I myself was pleased with the Elite 8, so to speak, of the 2012 season that got to compete here. The competing bands were, Edward Waters, nominated for the Best Sleeper Band of 2012. Albany State, nominated for the Best Sleeper and winner of the Best Sleeper Band of 2012. Tennessee State, winner of the Best in the Stands and Best Repertoire of 2012. Alcorn State University, Jackson State, winner of the Best Drill in 2012, along with being nominated for the Best Song, Best Fifth Quarter Battle, and nominated for Best Halftime Show, Love to Boom. Winston-Salem State, Bethune-Cookman, winner of Best Overall Band of 2012, and North Carolina A&T, nominated for Best Song of 2012 and nominated for Best Halftime Show of 2012 with the jungle theme. We have a couple of distinguished guests to call in and give their analysis on the battle that went down. Both gentlemen just recently found out that they actually know each other. It's a small world. And both gentlemen have submitted written analysis on our beloved fifth quarter. Shout out to Christy. I finally made contact with her after a long time. The beloved fifth quarter form, forum.the5th quarter.com. And shout out to Christy. Thanks again for getting back with me. She follows me now on Twitter, and we've talked a couple times over Twitter. So I'm sure we'll be hearing more from her in the future. Mr. Taylor Whitehead and Mr. Rashad Waters. Taylor Whitehead representing Virginia State and was a guest on our show. Head band director at Warrenton High School and Warrenton, North Carolina, and Rashad Waters. Mr. Prune Juice himself on the fifth quarter. Rashad is the owner of Block Band, and we'll get into that later this year in 2013, and writer of the Prunalysis on the fifth quarter, where he puts the reader in the seat of the competition representing Hampton University. So I'm honored to have both of you guys here. How are you guys doing tonight?
Well, first of all, I just want to say that when the announcer said, behold, like as soon as he said, behold, I started to hang up right there because I thought this was a little North State stuff. And I was like, you know what? You ain't tell me this, Joe. I'm out of here. But he said some scripture stuff. So I was cool. But if he said some either green or gold, I'd have been out of here.
Oh yeah. Well, this straight Jackson State. Even though I try my best to leave it as objective as possible, I don't try to make it too blue and white. But definitely, straight from Psalm 133. Shout out to Math-Sci and shout out to the Masonic Brothers of Prince Hall, Friend Accepted Masons. Moving on forward, just giving a little background there. I'm honored to have you both here today. And Taylor, are you there? Are you on the line too? Okay, I think I got Taylor's number, but I don't hear him right now.
He thought it was some local state stuff too. We out of there.
Okay. Well, Taylor or whoever that is from the 917 area code, go ahead and call back, and if you can, and we'll try to get you on. Just having some audio problems here. And we want to hear from you today, too, the listener. You can call in at 718-664-6025. That's 718-664-6025. You can email the show, marchingpodcast@gmail.com. Tweet us at Marching Podcast, and also follow our blog at drmarchingpodcast.com. You can check out our website at themarchingpodcast.com and vote on a lot of the issues and battles that we have throughout the year. We currently have the poll set for who will win the Honda, or who you would think will win the 2013 Honda Battle of the Bands. And we've closed the voting now, and I've got the results tallying up here as soon as this page refreshes. But with 56% of the vote, Tennessee State wins the overall poll there on the marchingpodcast.com. Thanks for voting. I guess we also say second place was tied with Jackson State and Bethune-Cookman with 18% of the vote. They were tied. So thanks a lot for voting. Please check out the website in the future for future polls and future questions about our sport, our band, so to speak. So let's go ahead and get into the analysis. I want to first ask you, Rashad. Now, is a winner picked, or are there judges? Because I've never been there before. But is a winner picked by like a list of judges, or is it picked by the crowd reaction? How does a winner get picked?
Historically, the Honda Battle of Bands does not have a winner at all. It's basically just a show, and the crowd is the winner. And I think that's the best idea. Now, last year there was a text message, I think, where the crowd could actually send in text messages to a certain number to pick the winner. I think that Winston won that last year, or maybe they came in second. I'm not sure, but I didn't hear them say anything about that this year. But having no judge, I think, is the very, very best thing to do, because many of the bands are so very different. Like, Jackson can't really judge, but you just really can't judge some of them on the same standards. So having no judge and just allowing the crowd just to enjoy it is probably the very best thing to do.
Okay, Taylor, are you on the line? Can we hear you now? Oh, man, I don't know what's up with that. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, we having a problem. It looks like it's Taylor's phone. It looks like the 917 area code. But yeah, for whatever reason, we'll keep them.
I am 917. My name is my fifth quarter name is B flat, but I'm Brian Rose. I used to march with North Carolina A&T back in 2001, and I saw this online. I didn't get to go this year, and I wanted to dial in and listen to the commentary.
Okay, well, I appreciate the call, man. You didn't get to call. You didn't get a chance to go, but you went to A&T. What have you heard? I guess word through the grapevine of what happened.
Well, this is what I heard, and I try to be unbiased, which is virtually impossible if you go to any HBCU, because there's a level of pride that comes with that. But right. I did hear by far A&T was the best show from an overall perspective, but Bethune had the best execution. And the concept that I hate the most, which is who was the loudest, I heard was Jackson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess we're all similar. What did you think about that, Rashad?
As far as what?
As far as, like, do you agree as far as, I guess, Jackson being the loudest, or North Carolina A&T having the best overall show?
It's not really possible to say who's the loudest, because with either band facing every other direction, you really don't have a way of saying that. Jackson State was powerful. There's no doubt about that. I happened to sit in front of them. Man, they blew the doors off. But it wasn't a bad thing because Jackson State sounded fantastic, man. They really did. They had, and their ballot, they showed so much control. But that's not to say that, A&T, who is known for being a very, very powerful band themselves, wasn't equally powerful. It's just they were facing the other side, so, there's no way of really knowing.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, man, I appreciate it. And what's your name again, man? I'm sorry.
Brian Rose.
Okay, Brian Rose. I really appreciate the call, man. Anything else you want to add in before you get out? Because I know you represent A&T right now. I know y'all feeling good right now.
I was trying to not represent it, to just listen. but as an alumni who marched under Hodge, one thing that I will say about our band at A&T is that if we could bring the same level of consistency, and I'm not one to level of criticism without recognizing that there's other issues in other bands, and some of the same, but if we could bring the same level of consistency, I think everyone would sleep better at night in the alumni family.
I heard that, man. I really appreciate the call. I really appreciate, you calling in and just having another, perspective from A&T. I marched at Johnson C. Smith for 1 year, so, I was in the state of North Carolina and experienced A&T for a while. But they showed out this weekend. They really showed up. So I really appreciate the call, man.
Hey, Joe, it's that time to get that gas, man. I'm live and direct from South Carolina, on the road back from Honda. This is the real deal right here. I'm not sitting at a computer. I'm just driving back. So I got to stop and get gas, or else I'll be doing the analysis from the side of the road. I'll be
that's fine, man. Yeah, go ahead. Do your thing. I'll go ahead and get my analysis while you're gone. Rashad will be back later. Like he said, he's on the way back home. We really appreciate his call, and you can still call in at 718-664-6025, 718-664-6025. You're on with the 90 Degree Show with Blog Talk Radio and the Marching Podcast. Thanks for listening. We have another caller. I think this may be the same call. I'm not really sure. Hey, caller from 917.
It is. I'm actually have to call from a different phone. My signal is bad. I apologize for everyone else having to endure this.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine, man. That's fine. You can stay on, man. It's all good. I was going to get into the 2 cents over social media and the fifth quarter. I saw some clips and, got, I guess, the vibe. It was pretty much the same. I heard that A&T won. I went on the Facebook and shout out to Kevin Peete. I don't know if it's Peete or Peete. It's Poteat. That's what he has on Facebook. I know he's a proud admin of this HBCU band page that I'm on that's off the chain. And I think he went to A&T too. But he posted a Twitter feed of like a whole bunch of people, who actually attended the battle, and it was all A&T praise. I was just like amazed because, I've looked at all the bands this year. I've now, broke down all the bands, and, we selected Bethune-Cookman this year, but we really weren't sure about the performance. Hearing A&T won, it surprised me. I'll be real about it. Then, I started looking about things myself and investigating. I saw on Twitter that Bethune showed up, of course, but the show, was just the same old. It was just, very vanilla, no pun intended. Also, you had, I heard all the Florida bands showed up, so I heard that Edward Waters had a really, really good show. And Edward Waters, was one of our sleeper bands this year. So that was all good to hear. Then went on Facebook, of course, and then I saw the boom. I saw a video of Bethune-Cookman and a video of North Carolina A&T. Jackson State's drum majors were off the chain. The J-sets, as usual, they did all right. They were cranking. The video I saw was from behind, but I was torn because you really can see the level of persistency when looking at the band from the back. I'm sorry, not persistency, but precision, or the lack of precision. In this case, for Jackson State, I I wasn't thrilled to see their precision, and then I think one person got stuck out on his own for a quick second. That happens. It's all good, but it's just a show. It wasn't as precise as the band that won the best drill that I was thinking. We actually have another call from the 972 area code, so I'll stop my analysis. A person from the 972, go ahead and give your name and tell us about your experience this weekend.
My name is Louis, and I'm one of the administrators on that band page that you were talking about. And
what's up, man?
I just want to say that little situation with Jackson State, I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about, and it's gonna. I heard it's gonna be the new 140 of 2013. What do you think?
It's the new 140 of 2013.
Yep.
What do you mean? Like that's how many they're gonna keep in the band?
Nah. Like back in 2006, where Jackson had this accent when they were playing Sweet Love, and they just made fun of it, and they called it the 140 Classic, because at the 140-minute mark, they really messed up. And right now, there's a lot of stuff that is claiming to just ridicule Jackson State, like this year, just for that they did at Honda.
Oh, this past year.
That thing that happened yesterday about, they can't keep a straight line at all. The soloist.
Can I jump in real quick? I'm sorry. I watched the clip online. I saw the mess up that I think everyone was referring to, but in all honesty, I thought it was really small. So maybe seeing it from behind is a different perspective, but I thought the show was executed pretty well. I mean, there were mistakes, but I noticed mistakes in everybody's show from Tennessee State on. So not trying to harp on it, but I guess I don't understand the level of criticism. Is there something someone can clarify for me?
Are you from Jackson State, Louis?
Oh no, I'm a Panther, Prairie View.
Oh, okay. Because what I was gonna say was that the precision wasn't there for anybody, and I was like kind of like a tangent where as far as like there needs to definitely be more precision across the board in all HBCU bands. Definitely, and seeing all the bands that I saw this year, it was where some bands were better than others, it still could have still been better. I thought that A&T had a really, really good show. I mean, everybody knows they had the dudes flying, and I was like tripping because I wasn't even sure if that was real or not. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, and they were turning fast too. I'm glad that they were all right. You know what I'm saying? I guess I'm just cautious, but it was awesome what they did. But still, I thought their precision could have been better. So I guess it was the same with Jackson State. The boom was good, but I think everybody can have a different level of precision. I guess I started on Jackson State, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like people are also commenting that A&T stealing from the box. The German Cold still stealing from the box. What do you think?
I didn't think they were stealing. I mean, Cold Steel is cocky. You know what I'm saying? That's not new. That's not new news to me. But definitely, I'm not thrilled to see a percussion show. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the percussion being highlighted so much. But for what they did, it fit the Honda Battle of the Bands. It was what was needed for the show, for a Battle of the Bands type of show. I saw someone commented that Alcorn did a good show, but it was too much like a football game. Like it was too like they prepared for it like it was a halftime show, whereas you see A&T prepare for it like a actual battle. You know what I'm saying? So they may have bit off the box, but I mean, they fit the bill. You know what I'm saying? They got the job done, I guess, so to speak.
Right. I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. And now, you know, let me comment on Alcorn real quick.
Before you comment on Alcorn, can I comment on the? I'm sorry. Can I comment on the A&T Coastal versus the box real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll be the first to say that traditionally, especially being an old Aggie who's been to many Norfolk A&T, South Carolina State battles for years, A&T didn't traditionally do drum features until the year they played Prairie View. So I guess to say that A&T kind of stole the concept, I would say yes. As far as what they do and what they play, I think is different. So I'll be the first to say that just as I have thought Jackson has taken things from Southern and vice versa and all across the band world from FAM to BCC, et cetera, I definitely think the concept was borrowed. I think what they do is different and what they play is different, and I think that what you see them doing and playing is what they do every single year and have been doing that for a long time. So to say they took it from the box, I don't feel comfortable using that categorization, but I'll be quick to say that I do think the concept was taken from the box.
All right. Can we say that the A&T played, that they paid homage to it, or?
Well, I guess you could say that for all of us, I guess, across the board, all black college bands across the board. We all have bitten off each other here and there. I mean, if we could say that. You know, that quick step stuff, I don't know who created that. But it's like 400 bands just like moving, 900 steps a minute, you know what I'm saying? So I don't even know where that came from, you know what I'm saying? But it's definitely, we just had like a barrage of calls. So like, and this is the first time I had so many. So bear with me, y'all. I think I saw this caller first. Someone from the 704, someone from Charlotte area code. Go ahead and give us your name and your experience this weekend. Hello, caller from 704. You there? Okay, if you're from the 704 area code, try to call back if possible. Well, go ahead. I'm going to go to someone from the 919 area code. I think that's North Carolina, too. Someone from the 919, go ahead and give us your name and your experience this weekend.
Are you talking about me, Prune Juice?
Okay. Okay. What's up, man? What's going on, man? I'm about to say, like, a couple calls came in, but okay, glad you came back. So could you go ahead and interject? You do the prune juice analysis about, and you put it up. It's live on the fifth quarter now. I've already read it, and he took like a halftime so he could drive home. But you go ahead and interject some of your feelings into the conversation.
Okay. Well, first of all, man, I apologize for having to stop and get gas right in the middle. Man, I could have timed that a little bit better. That's like being on the Letterman show and be like, hold up, before we get started, let me just go to the bathroom real quick. I mean, that's kind of whacked out.
That's all good, man. We're glad you called, man.
And now I also want to ask before I get rolling, man, nobody from Norfolk State called in, did they?
No, man.
Okay.
Nobody from Norfolk State. No, somebody from, but matter of fact, we got someone from the 601 area code. Let's go ahead and bring them in, but go ahead and start with the prune analysis.
Sometimes that.
Okay.
And 601, hold on for me, 601.
Okay. Well, as I'm rolling here, man, before I even really get into the bands themselves, I just want to say, man, it is a spectacular experience, and we really need to get more people at it. I want to give a shout-out to Mr. Marcus Graham. He is the band director at Edward Waters College. And we've worked together quite well over the course of the last year. And he was actually able to help me get in to see some of the behind-the-scenes things at the Honda. And the first thing I did was I walked in to the cafeteria area where all 8 bands were eating together. So you're talking about, 1,500, maybe 2,000 young people just eating together and having a good time, primarily African-American. And, man, Joe, I'm going to tell you, it was the most beautiful thing to see, man. It was so inspirational. There they are in all their colors, and they're excited, and the fraternities and sororities were doing their calls. And, just so many African Americans doing the right thing. There's no problems at all, even though they're from different areas and they're rivals. All of them there working on their college degrees, and you get, the band directors who have, their bachelor's and master's and doctorates. It was kind of overwhelming for me, man. I also had the opportunity to meet, just some of the people who were heroes in terms of band. You know, some of the band directors at Bethune and at Tennessee State and Edward Waters and many others I didn't get a chance to meet. But they were giving me all types of insight, man. So I just want to give a lot of praise to Honda for doing that, and I want more people to be able to go to it to really experience that.
Because that makes a difference, when we're all together. You know what I'm saying? Especially in an educational environment, where we're all not, crip walking or necessarily shooting at each other. Someone from the 601 area code called in. That looks like Jackson. Go ahead and give your 2 cents about your experience this weekend.
Hi, I'm a JSU alumnus, and I'd like to hear from you an impartial critique of Jackson State Sonic Boom of the South, their performance yesterday. I understand that Southern Baton Rouge is a great band. I think all black bands are great, and they all do a good job at what they do. But Jackson State is operating with a new band director, even though he's been there before. He hasn't been the band director in 20-some years, and he took over quite suddenly. So I, like the people used to say in the Miss America pageant, it's an honor just to be nominated. But how was your performance yesterday in your eyes?
Well, I love the performance. I love the performance. Right quick, because we got another call, man. I really appreciate the love. I don't know what to do with all these calls. So right quick, I thought the performance was good. I just thought that I think that we could be a little bit more precise. I'm sorry, not precise, but we have to get the lines more straight. I think that we were very good, very powerful. The drum majors were off the chain. The J sets are always good.
Thank you.
But I just like to see a little bit more. I would like to see more straight lines, and that's across the board for all black colleges, to tell the truth. We always love to have the kids. We even did it when I was marching Jackson State. I marched in 97 to 99. We had the kids coming out there. We had the baby tigers, and they used to run into the goalpost when I was there. But they had the baby drum majors out there. That always gets house from the crowd. So it was a great performance, but it just wasn't the best one. But I really appreciate your call. Appreciate your call. I hope you became a regular listener. And go Jackson State, Jackson Fair. You know what I'm saying? We got someone from the 910 area code.
Joe, can I jump in on that?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Okay.
Hold on for me.
As far as Jackson State was concerned, to me, they really had something to prove yesterday. Last year, they came out and, this is Jackson State. Everybody knows them. They're a fantastic band. But they kind of fell short last year on, some of the expectations. It was a decent performance, but not a great one. I'm going to tell you, when Jackson State started their drum major entrance yesterday, that's when the show started. That's when the Honda Battle of the Bands started. That thing, it was so exciting. You could hear the crowd just go crazy, and it was so powerful. And it sounded good. That's the thing. It wasn't just loud. It sounded great. The drum majors were so energetic doing their thing, man. It was incredible.
I hate to cut you off. We only got 60 seconds. I hate to cut you off, bro, but let me throw one person back in there, searching from the 910 area code. Go ahead. You got about 20 seconds if you don't mind.
All right. Well, my name is Hakim. I'm Nelson Wilder. I actually marched Honda from Winston-Salem State University, and since I have 60 seconds, I'm going to keep it real short. I just enjoyed the experience a lot. This is my third consecutive Honda. I think no band did bad. I would say no band did bad. Some memorable moments for me was definitely Edward Waters. You can tell that's a real hardworking band, and I just enjoyed my Honda experience. That's it.
I appreciate it, man. Tell Dr. Magruder I said what's up. One of the greatest band directors of all time. I marched under him. Love Dr. Magruder, and I really appreciate your call. We really appreciate all of the calls and all of the love that we're getting. The pot is growing. But go ahead and go to the marchingpodcast.com for more information. Follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook. We'll have some more information in the future. And remember, the eye is a better pupil and more willing than the ear. Advice may be misleading and examples are always clear. And right quick, I forgot, the saxophonist. I didn't care for that, for Jackson State, the guy playing in the front. That's a pet peeve of mine. So, yeah, on the way out of this. But thanks all for all the callers, and I'm sure we'll be in touch in the future.
For sure.